In hospitals and surgeries across Adelaide, members of the Army Reserve are working, but on Anzac Day, for the first time, they'll march past a memorial dedicated to them.
Next week, Australia's veterans will be honoured at services across Australia, from the dwindling numbers of men and women who served in World War II to the veterans of more recent conflicts. In all of those conflicts, there have been people deployed to provide medical services to those wounded on battlegrounds.
Our regular job is in civilian hospitals, the Royal Adelaide, the Women's and Children's in my case, and other roles such as that. So in our day-to-day job, we're not confronted with some of the things, the experiences we have when we deploy overseas.
So you've had your waters broken already?
I have, yeah.
In his day job, Dr Jeff Matthews is an obstetrician at the Women's and Children's Hospital, but he's also the commanding officer of the 3 Health Support Battalion based at the Keswick Barracks. Lieutenant Colonel Matthews has been deployed in Bougainville, East Timor, Pakistan and the Middle East. He says he's always aware of the danger of being deployed in conflict zones.
Obviously we're thinking about our families at home and what would happen if we were injured or worse. But I don't know, you seem to be able to put that aside. I think watching our colleagues who are out patrolling and exposing themselves to great risk really puts it into perspective for us.
Dr Vicky Andersons is another member of the 3 Health Support Battalion. In 2001, she was the commanding officer of the 1st Army Reserve Unit to be deployed overseas since World War II. Colonel Anderson says at that time, East Timor was still a conflict zone and her mandate was to care for the United Nations peacekeeping force. But she says local hospitals had no resources, so they were also treating the locals. She remembers one case where a boy was rescued from drowning by an Australian soldier.
One of the truck drivers ran out and actually saved him, brought him back to shore and then brought him back to our hospital, and we were able to save him because of our intensive care facilities. If he'd been taken to the Dili hospital, which had no intensive care, he would not have survived.
One of Australia's most famous soldiers who helped care for the wounded was John Simpson Kirkpatrick, who, with his donkey, recovered men from the front line in Gallipoli. His image has been immortalised in a new memorial for all health personnel who serve in the military. On Anzac Day, those health service people will be able to march by the memorial for the first time to recognise those who've lost their lives and all those who've provided medical aid in overseas conflicts.
Health people have been involved, often right up at the front line, and there's been over the years many health service military members that have been injured and have lost their lives. And even recently in Banda Aceh, a group of health workers was killed and injured in the helicopter crash that you'd know about. And some of those were known to me, so it's quite immediate for us. And the memorial really serves as a permanent reminder to us. I drive past it every day as I go to work.
It is so noticeable that when Australian troops are brought in, that they are so grateful that there are Australians looking after them and that care enough to be there to look after them. And it was a real privilege to be able to sort of lead our troops, our medical personnel to do that sort of work.